Lightweight, soft, and stretchy, this is the kind of top that feels really comfortable while still looking stylish and flattering. Hey friends, I'm Shaz, and today we'll be making this easy Zen crop top. I love how this pattern is beginner friendly, and I'll be walking you through each step. This pattern also comes in 9 sizes with tips to help you adjust the fit along the way. For this pattern, I'm using Alize Diva Stretch in the color Smoky, a 2.5 millimeter crochet hook. You'll also need some stitch markers and a measuring tape. To start, we'll be working from the top down, so go ahead and make a slip knot and chain 14. This is applicable for all sizes. Now you'll chain 1 to start the next row. Next, you'll insert your hook into the next chain and work a single crochet. For the next stitch, you'll yarn over, you'll draw up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all loops. This will be your half double crochet. We will be working the seed stitch, which is basically a single crochet and a half double crochet into every stitch. So you'll just go ahead and rotate between these two stitches all the way across. Your last stitch should be a half double crochet. Next, you'll chain 1 and turn your work. For the next row, we will start with the half double crochet stitch. You are basically working the opposite stitch on the next row. So basically, if you have a single crochet, you will work a half double crochet on top of that stitch. So you'll work the seed stitch all the way across. And once you've reached that last stitch, go ahead and work an increase by working 1 half double crochet and 1 single crochet. Chain 1 and turn your work. For the next row, we will continue to work the increase stitch on one side. So here I am working a single crochet and a half double crochet increase, followed by the seed stitch all the way across. Chain 1 and turn your work. For the next rows, we'll just repeat what we did on the previous row by working the seed stitch all the way across, and once we've reached the increase side, we will work 1 increase on that last stitch. And you will continue to work the increase rows until you've reached half your chest width. I'm making a size medium, so I'll be working up a total of 47 rows. But do bear in mind, if you are using Alize Diva stretch yarn, there will be a negative ease of 5 inches or 12 centimeters. Once you've completed your preferred width, we will now be adding additional rows minus the increase to achieve the total height that we need. So you'll go ahead and chain 1, turn your work, and because your last stitch is a single crochet and you will not be working any more increases, you'll start with a half double crochet stitch followed by a single crochet stitch, and you'll do this all the way across. I am working a total of 12 rows to achieve the height that I need. And once you've completed all your rows, make sure you have not bind off on your last row. We will be working on the edging through the non-increase side. So from your last stitch, you'll find that first row and you'll work a single crochet and a chain. This will be your half double crochet. You'll chain once more. You'll skip that next row and work a half double crochet into the following row. You'll chain 1, skip the next row. If it's hard to see, just give it a slight stretch to see where the next row is. You'll work a half double crochet, chain 1, skip the next row, and continue working this pattern all the way across. And once you've worked your way all the way across, you'll chain 1, you'll turn your work, you'll work a single crochet into that first stitch, and you'll work a single crochet into that chain space. You'll continue to single crochet each stitch and each chain space all the way down. And once you're done, bind off and make a second piece. Now let's work on the neckline and the top ties. You'll insert your hook at the top corner row. You will draw up a loop. You'll chain 1 to secure and work 120 chains. Once you've worked all your chains, bind off and insert your hook into the second panel's corner stitch row. You'll draw up a loop and work another 120 chains. Once you've worked all your chains, chain once more to start the next row. We'll work a half double crochet stitch into the second chain from your hook, and you'll continue to work a half double crochet stitch into each chain all the way down. Once you've worked your way all the way down, you'll continue working the half double crochet stitch across the neckline and all the way down to the next tie. So you'll work your half double crochet stitch all the way across, and on that last stitch, you'll pick up the second panel, and into that first stitch of the second panel, you'll join by working a half double crochet stitch into that first stitch. So now you'll continue working the half double crochet stitch across the second panel. And once you've reached the chain row, you'll work your half double crochet stitch all the way across. Chain 1 and turn your work. Now we'll work a half double crochet into that first stitch. You'll chain 1, skip 1, and work another half double crochet. You'll repeat the chain 1, skip 1 half double crochet stitch all the way down and all the way across the neckline until you've reached the next tie. Once you're at the next tie, you'll chain 1 and turn your work. Now our last row would be a single crochet into that first stitch, followed by another single crochet into the chain space. You'll repeat the single crochet stitch all the way across until you've reached the next tie. Now we'll be adding the side tie. You'll insert your hook at the 12th row from the bottom, or where the row stopped increasing. You'll draw up a loop, chain 1 to secure. Now we'll be working a double crochet stitch into every row. This will give you 12 half double crochet stitches. Once you've worked your way all the way across, chain 1 and work another set of double crochet stitches all the way across. For the third row, chain 1 and turn your work. We will be working a decrease stitch. So into that first and second stitch, you will work a double crochet 2 together stitch. And then you'll work your regular 1 double crochet all the way across. You will repeat the last 2 rows until you have 4 stitches remaining. Once you have 4 stitches remaining, you'll just work 4 double crochet stitches until you've reached 18 inches or 30 centimeters in total length, or until you've reached your preferred length. And you'll repeat the same thing on the other side. Now we'll be joining both pieces through the front with 3 small teardrop cutouts. Grab a stitch marker and count 20 rows for size medium and place your stitch marker there. And you'll do this one more time. Now you'll fold your top in half, and on the bottom row, on the first stitch, we'll draw up a loop and you'll chain 1 to secure. Next, we'll work a single crochet into the chain space and another single crochet into that half double crochet stitch. You'll work the single crochet stitch into every chain space and stitch until you've reached the stitch marker. Once you've reached that first stitch marker, you'll arrange both pieces so that they are aligned on both sides. You'll turn your work to the other side and you'll insert your hook into the second piece where the stitch marker was, and you'll pull your working yarn through that loop. You'll chain 1 to secure, and from here you'll work your single crochet into the chain space and stitch, working your way down. Once you've worked your way all the way down, you'll take the earlier first panel and work a slip stitch into that first stitch to join. Chain 1 to secure and bind off. And this is how your first teardrop cutout should look like. Now let's go ahead and work on the second cutout. You'll insert your hook into the next stitch just after where the join meets. You'll draw up a loop and chain 1 to secure. Now you'll just repeat what you did on the earlier cutout by working the single crochet stitches into every chain space and stitch until you've reached the next stitch marker. Once you've reached the stitch marker, you'll sandwich both pieces together . You'll turn your work around, and on the row where the stitch marker was, you'll insert your hook and pull your working yarn through that loop. Chain 1 to secure. And then you'll work your single crochet stitches into every stitch and chain space all the way down. Once you've worked your way all the way down and you're at your last stitch, you'll join at that first stitch on the other panel and work a slip stitch. Chain 1 to secure and bind off. Now to work on the last slit, you'll insert your hook through the next stitch, you'll draw up a loop, chain 1 to secure, and you'll work your single crochet stitches into every stitch and chain space in the round. You'll slip stitch to join and bind off. And once you're done, this is how your teardrop slits should look like. Now let's work on the sides edging. You'll insert your hook through that last row where the side ties meet. Draw up a loop, chain 1 to secure. You'll work a half double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, work a half double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, and you'll repeat this half double crochet, chain 1, skip 1 all the way across. Once you've reached the top of the ties, you'll work your final chain and you'll skip 2 stitches along the top ties and work a slip stitch. Without making any chain, you'll turn your work. You'll insert your hook into the chain space and work a single crochet, and you'll continue with the single crochet into every stitch and chain space all the way down. And once you're all the way at the bottom of the row, you'll insert your hook into the first row's post of the side tie and work a slip stitch. Chain 1 to secure and bind off. Now you'll go ahead and repeat the same thing on the other side, but in the opposite direction. And once you're done, it should look something like this. Now let's do the same thing on the bottom row. So just like before, you'll insert your hook into that first stitch. You'll drop a loop. You'll chain 1 to secure. And back into the same stitch, you'll work a half double crochet. And don't forget to carry any loose tails. You'll chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and work another half double crochet into the following stitch. You'll chain 1, skip 1, half double crochet all the way across. And once you've reached the last stitch on the other side, you'll chain 1, turn your work, and you'll go ahead and work 1 single crochet into every stitch and chain space. You'll do this all the way across, chain 1 and bind off. And you're done. I hope you had fun making this crop top this summer, and if you'd like to see more tutorials like this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.